today on the bars, Access Consciousness, the bars. Realize there's so much that can change in people's worlds in such a simple and easy way. And the bars is a place where I've used this for enormous changes with a lot of my clients, and seeing all the change it creates for me at the same time. It like goes both ways. It's this mutual touch-based therapy where you can touch these 32 points on your head and you actually can release all the pieces of all the opinions, all the points of view, and all these things that you took on to be true in your life and perhaps in past lives, depending on what your belief system is, that are continuing to recreate your future, and maybe not in a way that you actually enjoy. So just take an inventory of your life and say, okay, what is going on in my life that really isn't working for me anymore? And acknowledge a couple of things that come up. Well, what happens with that when you get a bars session is there's these 16 points on each side of your head that relate to sexuality, relationship, money, control, creativity, joy, sadness, body, all these things that we're all often desperately trying to change with, some force. And just by touching these points that relate to these areas in your world, your body has this innate sense and knows how to let those things go. It's quite magical and weird in certain ways because it doesn't necessarily follow your mental or cognitive pathways on how things should work. And there's a good reason for that. Because most of the things that we have locked up in our world that we've been trying to change, are we trying to change them with our mind? So a lot of the things that happen to us at a very early age. When I say happened, there were points of view that we bought, like let's say when you're really young, before you were 2 or so, your brain hasn't even started to function, you can barely speak, and you're totally trusting that your parents are gods, that there's nothing they could be or do that wasn't awesome, right? And so you just absorb everything from their world. Jennifer Morey says, I like weird. Yeah, so there's this weirdness that's part of you as a being that can start to resurface. And weird by definition means that which is of fate, destiny, and spirit. It's part of the essential you that was here as you came into this world. So I just finished a session with a naturopath who has, like a cacophony of different modalities to help people change their world and their life. And what he was at this point where it's just like things were not going to move any farther. He felt so locked down by all of these different points of view, and during the session all of these things just kind of release, that you're coming to the point in your life where you're like, okay, I've tried to change all these, it's time for them to change. And when you get to that point, a commitment to yourself that your life change, that's the energy where the bars are just like totally there for you. It's almost like if you can imagine being dropped into your body for the first time. It's just bing, and you show up and you have no points of view about anything. You're like, oh, what are these? They look fun. Those other things out there have them too. What could these do? And there's so much space to create anything you want. Much more like a child would create than a well-programmed adult would create. So if any of this stuff rings for you and you want to see what the bars can change or create for you, go to accessconsciousness.com. There's bars facilitators all over the world. We're in close to 200 countries now, and the reason for the bars is so that you can know what you know. And the bars Powers helps you get rid of everything everyone else knows that's actually not working for you. So check it out. I hope something in this message has created something for you that you can use and apply to your life right away. And how much better does it get? Bye.